Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome to this latest episode of Movies Merica. Spoiler warning, as we are going to get into The Crow, the brand new Crow, the cash grab, the shameless, cynical cash grab Crow, not the legendary 1994 Crow from with Brandon Lee. No, I'm going to smoke this Crow low and slow. Okay, so grab your barbecue rub and your barbecue sauce, and we are going to dismantle this movie, this remake that should have never been made on this Thirsty Thursday, if I can try to spit that out right there. So, but yeah, we're going to get into this here. But first, let me give you something to dance to.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies Merica.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for this Crow 2024 episode of Movies Merica Spoiler Warning. And I really want to welcome my movie maniacs and my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics. You know who you are, right? Stand loud and proud, all right? And my guys, man, my boys, Agent X6 and Lady Rig 87, are here to remind me that you can live chat. We've got Agent X6 Movies. What's up? All right, yes. And we've also got Lindy Rig 87, like I said, in here. And yeah, they ought to know by now that, yep, unfortunately, I can't show the honors on here. This is how jacked it will look. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, StreamYard. Come on. Get that fixed right there where we can put some awesome otterness up on the screen whenever someone busts out the honors there in the live chat right there. But yeah, that's a reminder for you that you can get in the live chat on Rumble, on YouTube, on Pilled, and live chat with me here on Movies Merica Spoiler Warning. Okay, so in live chat with me about The Crow 2024, I would prefer you live chat with me about Crow 1994. That'll make me happy. That'll get my day going great. That'll maybe put a big old smile on that face right there. You know, talk about the Crow 1994 or any movie. Okay, there you go. Go crazy. Go nuts. Okay, so I'm giving you free reign. I may regret doing that later on, but oh God, who knows right there. And Channel 2 Action News, welcome to the show here, and paint your face in shadowed smiles. Yes, I feel like I should be listening to some Cure while I'm reading that off right there. Yes, exactly. And he also says, oh my God, it's happening. Oh my God. And Lady Rig 87 is referring to a comment that I made earlier on X where they say, I don't want to be accused of watching Kamala there, because I was saying that if you're not watching this show, I'm just going to assume that you're going to be watching that Kamala / Seabiscuit sucker Tim Walz interview, the pre-taped interview on CNN, where Dana Bosch or Bash, or however the hell you say her name, or is going to give Kamala and Weirdo Walz lover-like treatment for a whopping, it sounds like that pre-taped interview, it's a whopping 18 minutes. Okay, so wow, Kamala, thanks for giving us so much time. Thanks for giving the American people so much time. You know, only those American people that you only expect to vote for you to be the leader of the free world for the next 4 minutes. So, but I'm glad, yeah, you were willing to donate and contribute an abundance of your time. 18 whole minutes. Wow. Okay. Hey, you know what? Don't overdo it there, Kamala. All right. So let's move on here real quick because, yeah, this isn't Kamala spoiler warning. All right? This is Movies Merica spoiler warning. And we have got to get into some Crow 2024. Am I right or am I right? Okay, so, and, the Eric Shelly love story in this was something really out of a bad Amy Winehouse video. I mean, those two sure did like dancing around, in curtains and, trying on clothes like a couple of vapid saps. Okay. I mean, they just showed that whole montage where they're going around this guy's condo or apartment or something like that. And just, we're enjoying each other. We're dancing and we're giggling and we're prancing around in clothes and we're like lovingly looking into each other's eyes in the curtains. And oh, it's so wonderful, and it's like, oh my God, this is so obnoxious. I mean, the original Crow, 1994, did the Shelly Eric love story a lot better, right? You saw it in flashbacks. You didn't get to see much of Shelly, but you're like, hey, I bet she was a swell gal. All right, I bet she was a groovy chick. But the Shelly in this one, played by FKA Twigs. Who the fuck is that? Anyway, she's not endearing whatsoever. Like, I was like, hey, you know what? Oh, we're supposed to be worried about her dying and being murdered and bringing her back from hell. I was like, fuck her, but she could stay. I don't care if she dies or not. I really don't care. But I do have to admit, though, with Shelly and Eric, I did get very emotional when Eric busted out that love song he wrote for Shelly right here. So let me play you a little bit of that.
Okay, check 1, 2, check. Okay, ready? All right, let's try the new song. This is a song I wrote for you, Shelly. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. When I saw her walking down the street, I thought she was Shelly.
Oh, man, you guys suck.
Try to hold back the tears, everybody. Try to hold back the tears. Try to hold back the emotion. Okay, we're men. We can't show emotion, but I know it's a hard task trying to hold back those tears and that lump in your throat while you listen to this musical mirth.
Now that we're together, I'm absolutely sure that she's Shelly.
You're the crappiest band I've ever heard.
Moving to my mom's house with me, Shelly. Bridge. I pledge allegiance.
Oh, where's my cigarette lighter when I need it? Right here. I just need my cigarette lighter as we listen to this sweet love ballad.
To the flag of the United States. I'm Shelly.
Oh my God, somebody shoot me in the head.
Hey, shut up, Tubby.
Don't call me back. Now you guys are not supposed to be in here. You get out now and respect my authority. Ow! I'm not sick. I'm Big Bone. Respect my authority.
Hey, we got to I'm Sean Cav here in the hizzy right there. And he's feeling the Shelly love there. Shelly. Oh, yeah, gotta love it. And Agent 6, I think, says what we're all thinking tonight. Rainbows and monkeypox for all. Yes, it's absolutely right there. I'm glad to say that I think we're all part of the Rainbow Reich, right? There we go. Got a bunch of Randy Rainbows here in the live chat. So, and this is The Crow. Yeah, well, the movie that I'm going over tonight, the 2024 one, that's not The Crow. No. We all know the real Crow is the 1994 Crow. Am I right or am I right? Right, the legendary one with Brandon Lee and Michael Wincott as Top Dollar, David Patrick Kelly as T-Bird. Then you had Ernie Hudson in that, and just a whole great cast of characters in that. I mean, even the bad guys, you were like, hey, these bad guys are pretty interesting, pretty compelling, enough to keep my eyes peeled onto the screen right here. You had what Fun Boy was one of them, and Skank, and Tony Todd. Tony Todd, we probably all know better as Candyman, right? So say that 4 more times, right? And I'm sure like Rainbow Randall, yeah. So this is The Crow. Oh God, this movie just blew chunks right here. And then also they had that whole pianist character right there. I got to make sure I say that word correctly. Pianist character. Because they have that whole scene where they got Danny Huston's bad guy character. He's like there in the opera hall. and he's sitting there in the lobby or something like that, and somebody brings up this pianist character, like, hi, this is a blah blah blah, this is a Natalia Shmakinov, the pianist or something like that. Now this whole scene dedicated to Danny Huston's character meeting this pianist. Hi, how you doing? Oh, yes, you were a great pianist. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah, I hope to suck your toes later on. Oh, yeah, And then they show this pianist character in other scenes later on. Like, so she's in the opera hall. She's up on stage. She's playing her piano, and Danny Huston's checking her out, from the audience, from the seats. And then later on, when Danny Huston goes to Shelly's mother's house, and basically, puts that spell on Shelly's mother, and basically where she kills herself by dropping, basically from falling or throwing herself off the building. God, I can't talk tonight. And so there's that scene where Danny Huston is walking away from the building, and all of a sudden you see Shelly's mother's body drop and impact, on the ground. Basically a bad case of cement poisoning or deceleration trauma, right? And you see the pianist, and she's like in Danny Huston's car while Danny Huston's walking up to the car after this body, drops and splats and, blood and guts everywhere, right? And the pianist is just kind of like this sitting there like, oh, well, that's not something you see every day. A body just dropping from the building and whatnot. Oh, well, hey, let's go home, Danny Huston, and watch Murder, She Wrote reruns. What do you say? And then later on, you have no idea like what happened with the pianist. Like, why even bother introducing her into the plot? I mean, she doesn't like end up. Danny Huston doesn't fuck her. They don't seal the deal. They don't requite their love or quite anything. It's just there's no tie into it. Okay. And as I'm talking about it, I'm wondering, like, why am I even worrying about it? Because this movie isn't even worth worrying about. And so that's probably why this episode is probably going to be a shorter episode than typical right here, because I'm really, really straining to come up with the energy and the motivation to talk about this movie right here. I mean, it's pretty much one of those ones where probably at least 30 plus times during this episode, I'm going to be feeling like this.
I got to go tinkle.
Because I'm like, I'd rather go tinkle than talk about The Crow 2024. And it's just very unmotivated. Now, I was hoping that maybe just by some miracle, and I figured there's probably like a 0.007% chance that this was going to happen, that this was not just some cynical, stupid ass cash grab movie that was just just sexually assaulting, the Crow name, right? Wasn't violating the Crow name just to grab a few bucks. I thought, like, well, maybe this Rupert Sanders, the director of this movie, might be like, hey, I really respect The Crow 1994, and I really want to pay a good homage and tribute to Brandon Lee's memory by making a very good movie, not as good as the 1994 one, mind you, but a good movie to honor the legacy of that movie. And boy,
I'm a dumbass.
Yep, I am, for thinking that stuff right there. Like, I'm like a sweet, naive summer child. I thought, like, maybe this Crow movie might be good. Nope, not so much right there. So, but yeah, it's just that bad. And then also at the very beginning, they try to get the emotion, the emo going, where you see Eric Draven as a little boy, and he's going up to, like, looks like these fairgrounds or the horse track or something like that, and there's this horse that is laying on the ground, and it got caught up in this barbed wire, so it's basically on the verge of death, right? And so little Eric Draven, not little Eric Cartman, no, little Eric Draven, goes up to the horse, and it feels bad for the horse, and it's like it's trying to get the barbed wire off the horse, and you see the barbed wire, so I pull it off. I gotta get this barbed wire up. I gotta get this barbed wire. And I got like barbed wire cuts on my hands. Oh my god, I'm so injured. I'm so scarred in here. in my heart. Yes, I am. And so it's what you're supposed to get from the screen, or from that scene is, it's so emotional, man. This movie's so emotional. It's gonna touch you. It's so emo. All right, start playing your Cure. Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be so. Start playing your Radiohead. It's so emotional, man, because Eric Draven, he's emotional, man. He's very emotional, very in touch with his feelings. Yeah, get ready for it. And then you're gonna want to run out to Hot Topic after you watch this movie to grab yourself more goth clothes, some fresh new goth clothes, man. Yeah, because Eric Draven is so emotional. I mean, did you not see his hand get injured and scarred from trying to pull that barbed wire off that horse? So emotional, man. Like, come on, like trying to motivate you, trying to manufacture some crap like that, and then you never find out, like, what's the deal with that horse anyway? Like, what was up with that scene? Like, what happened? Like, did some bad guys attack the horse track and burn it down? Did those monkeys, from the Wizard of Oz show up, and kill all the horses and tear down the horse track and lights it on fire? I mean, what the hell? Because they never explained, like, what happened. And you never even get some stupid exposition later on in the movie, like, from like the Crow from Eric Draven. Yeah, when I was like 8 years old, I used to go to the horse track with my mom, and one day I went there, and the horse track was burning. I saw my favorite horse named Lucky, and he was caught up in some barbed wire, and I had to save it. All those stupid monkeys from the Wizard of Oz burned down the whole place, like, just give an explanation or something like that. It's like, it's like a loose, stupid end right there. As I sound like Bruce Springsteen Jr. right there. The first time I wrote this song, I was on Interstate 90 heading out west from Minneapolis, and I was getting ready to go to a coal mine, and I saw some storms on the distance, and that's when I decided I was going to write Born to Run. It's like Bruce Springsteen right there. Absolutely. But yeah, this is one of the many flaws with this movie is what's up with the damn horse right there. Okay. And you know what? Doing Bruce Springsteen voice, it gets me a little hoarse. So I got to get me a drink. So bear with me. Hey, if you guys got your beverage of choice, hey, just, tip one back for me. It's Thirsty Thursday. So let's do it. All right, right down the hatch. Just like Tim Walls with a horse, right down the hatch. Yep, there we go. Give it to me, Seabiscuit. Give it to me. There you go. But Alex Proyas, the director of the original Crow, he's having a good time with the new Crow. He's having a good old time at its expense, and it is it's glorious to see right there. But yeah, let me share you a few of the things that he's experiencing here, or he's sharing with the world right here. And let's go in here and check out some tweets. Well, I guess I can't call them tweets now. They're X posts. Sorry. All right. But we got Alex Proyas right here. Again, he's the director of the original Crow, also directed Dark City as well. I think he directed iRobot, right? iRobot with Will Smith. But here's Alex Proyas and giving the Crow 2024 some well-deserved heaps of shit. I love how enraged this critic gets. Is that a thumbs down? Maybe they can lend their DCPs to film schools for classes on how not to make a movie. Pardon me. The theaters sure won't need them after next weekend. He goes on. Wow, box office is a bloodbath. There you go. Just having a good old time. And then we got Alex Proyas, and he's reposting Mark Safe from Seeing Crow 2024 today. There from David's show. And last but certainly not least here, Alex Proyas himself putting, I thought the remake was a cynical cash grab. Not much cash to grab, it seems. Oh, crazy. Hilarious right there. But yeah, he deserves that. I mean, he deserves to do that, is because The Crow is a movie that did not need to be remade. Now, I was just hoping that, hey, if they're going to remake it, it's going to be a good one, and we just have, like a one very good Crow movie from this year, and then a legendarily fantastic Crow movie from 1994. Was it 30, 40 years ago? Something like that. So, yeah. Timmy the Horse Guzzler. Yes. Oh yeah, that's the sound of love to Tim Walz right there. But apparently everybody else is the weird one. Okay, I mean he likes to suck horse cock, but everyone else is the horse is the weird one right there. And I'm Sean Cab, Tampon Tim, and Kamala Hair Lips. those garbage pail kids cards that you didn't get back in the 80s and the 90s right there. But yeah, The Crow, sad shit indeed right there. So, all right, let's do this here real quick. And I just want to do you guys a favor and enhance your day of letting you guys know about our tdpn.locals.com website that you see up there. And that's the official website of the Till Death Podcast Network. That's what TDPN stands for. And if you go to tdpn.locals.com, you're going to see our great content all about things like movies, entertainment. So you can see like videos and blogs and articles about stuff like that, like booze recipes. I'm Sean Cav there in the live chat you see right now. He's got I believe it's, if I remember right, it's a spicy old-fashioned recipe. I think that's still out there on the website. And then we've got content out there about politics and hot button sizzling topics of the day, all presented to you in a format, in a style you are not going to find anywhere else. So enhance your day and check out tdpn.locals.com. As you see down below right there, if you put in promo code TDPN, you are going to get 1 month free membership. That's right there, kiddos. You get free reign all over that website right there. Okay, so but with great power comes great responsibility. So remember that. All right. So don't abuse it. Get out there. Well, go ahead and abuse it. Go ahead and abuse it. There you go. Because you're going to be a VIP. Abuse away. Okay. And then after that 1 month free, it's just a measly $3 after that. It's nothing. It's piddly pennies. Okay. To continue being a VIP at tdpn.locals.com. So check that out. Everybody get in there. And then also, hey, while I'm thinking about it, go ahead and smash that like button. Okay, smash that like button. Just like the Crow 2024 did not smash the box office, okay, because it came in at 8th place behind the re-release of Coraline. Coraline. You guys remember that movie? Coraline came out like 15 years ago, and they re-released it, and the Crow 2024 couldn't even beat that. Okay. All right. I mean, they could have come up with a video or a movie about Billy Idol jerking off into a sock, and that probably would have beat The Crow 2024 at the box office this weekend. I mean, it was that bad right there. Okay. And then also, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe or follow button. That's right down there, if you would, on any platform or the platform that you check out the show on. And then hit that notification bell down there as well to get notified of brand new, piping hot, fresh episodes of Movies Merica, especially just for you. And then also, if you happen not to be watching this live, if you're watching this later on, first off, how you doing? Good to see you. All right. Thanks for watching. And also, so if you're watching later on, get in the comments, I guess is the point of that. If you would go in the comments down below and, at least, say hello or hi, or, put down there, hey, what did you, I can't even fathom this, but what did you like about The Crow 2024? Or what did you hate? I'm probably going to get more of that. And I encourage that. What did you hate about The Crow 2024? What did you love about The Crow 1994? Okay, the floor is yours in the comments down below if you would. That'd be fantastic. And then again, if you're watching this later on, go ahead and hit that like button there if you would. That would be fantastic. I would be emotionally touched. Okay, not like how Tim Walz touches a horse cock. Not that kind of profane touching. A more pure touching feeling there, because I would be very touched if you got in the comments. There you go. All right. So what should we move to next here with the Crow. I mean, again, like I said to everybody, I am really, really trying to basically get myself motivated for this movie. I mean, and and it was you should have seen me. Like I was in a theater last Friday night watching this movie, and that theater that I was in, it was like a funeral in there. Okay, I was in there I had some few friends there with me, and I remember like at least a couple times in the movie we were looking at each other. We're just like, are you kidding me? This movie? Are they fucking with this? Like this movie is that bad? Like what the hell? You know? I mean, and a lot of the times, a lot of the comments were about Eric and Shelly's relationship. Eric and Shelly's, like the love story. The Shelly. We were supposed to be all moved. It's like so they meet at some rehab prison. It looks like something straight out of Squid Game. Which Squid Game is a much better thing to watch than this trash. But so they meet at the Squid Game rehab prison, and you're supposed to buy that. Oh my God, they fell in love, and they have no chemistry whatsoever. Okay, I mean like Eric is this, he's like this mopey version of Deadpool. With these stupid drawings up on his wall, and I'm so sad. Life is pain. All right, I'm not a conformist, man. Life is pain. It's so sad. And she comes in and, you're right. Life is pain. I'm not a conformist either. All right. Hey, let's go listen to some Radiohead or some Portishead. All right, let's go over here. Yeah, there it goes. We're so emotional. Oh my God. It's so I can't go on with life. Like, really? And I was like watching that. I was like, okay, just end it already then. All right. And just delete yourself then. Okay. So we don't have to stand for the rest of this movie right there. Okay. My God, it's just nuts. But yeah, we've got a lot good stuff going on in the live chat right there. I'm glad that we've got everybody in the live chat checking out stuff there. And just fellowshipping with each other, right? So the Titty Peens have united in the live chat, and they're kicking ass and taking names, and just expect class from the live chat right there. And hey, we got the Gray Man over in the live chat on the Pilled side right there. And again, hey, everybody, anybody in the Pilled side, if you're watching me, if you're doing what we call lurking, which is you're just watching or you're just listening and or watching, but you're not getting in a live chat. Well, hey, you know what? Dare to go a step beyond and get in the live chat and live chat with the folks, okay? Or at least get in there and just put in the simple letters HI. Just go, hi, okay? And that's it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do right there, okay? And then, hey, if you feel like, typing in the Gettysburg Address right there, if you're feeling especially chatty, hey, you can definitely do that in the live chat. There you go. But looks like Rumble is going good. Pilled has got the Gray Man. Hopefully we get some more people in Pilled there to keep the Gray Man company right there. He's getting really, really lonely, and they're very lonely. So, hey, everybody watching on the Pilled side, get in the live chat, all right? And just give the Gray Man a thumbs up, give him a hi or something like that. Give him some stock tips or something like that, because I see you got some live viewers here on the Pilled side. Get in the live chat if you would. Okay, so I'm trying to guilt trip you, which always works, right? Trying to guilt trip people into stuff. Always gotta love that. So absolutely, and Lindy Rig 87, and I'm Sean Cab, and others are just going nuts up there in the live chat, kicking ass and taking names. Channel 2 Action News is putting in some serious work there, and and then also definitely check out like on X right there. If you go to if you're in the live chat, and make sure to go to the special group there, which I make it sound like it's a special group that people go there on a short bus right there. But you get in the Titty Peen subs message group there on X there. And join the party. All right, get on in there. And if you're in there, follow everybody. Okay, do it. All right. So it's all about contributing and all that stuff right there. And right there. And it looks like I think Sean is going to start a new band, and he's going to call it White Guilt. White Guilt. And the biggest fans are going to be a bunch of Hillary Clinton loving Merlot moms from the burbs that are just soaked, marinated in white guilt, and they're going to be showing up to Sean's White Guilt concerts, throwing their their over the shoulder boulder holders at Sean up on stage right there. So absolutely. And Lindy Rigg 87 says, we welcome all to the Tard Yard. The Tard Yard. There you go. There's a bar called the Tard Yard pretty soon. It's a short drive that way. Anyway, okay, so and the gray man, I am alone a lot here. Look at me. This is my chat now. Exactly. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the Pilled live chat captain now. I'm the live chat captain now. Okay, there you go. But yeah, The Crow right here. I mean, like I said, I try to go into things with an open mind, except for those things where it's so painfully obvious they're wrong. I try to have an open mind about maybe this Crow remake being good, while acknowledging that there's no way that any movie is ever going to replace the original Crow. And I thought, okay, we're gonna have a legendarily excellent Brandon Lee movie, a Brandon Lee Crow movie, and then a good one with Bill Skarsgard. Bill Skarsgard is a decent enough actor. He was just in John Wick 4. Hell, the guy's Pennywise, right? Pennywise in the It movie. Like,
come here. Hi, I'm Pennywise. Come down in the storm drain. Yeah.
That sounded more like Gollum than Pennywise right there. So,
Hey.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try a Pennywise impression. Apparently, it's been way too long since I watched those It movies right there. So I'm just embarrassing myself. But then the screenplay for this movie is just something to wipe your ass with right here. And it's disappointing because one of the screenwriters for this movie, his name is Zach Balin, and he is one of the screenwriters for one of the gems of last year, one of the gems of 2023 called Gran Turismo. And that is a diamond in the rough of all the movies last year called, so again, Gran Turismo. And he helped co-write the screenplay for that movie. I think Gran Turismo, I think it's on Netflix right now. So yeah, definitely check out Gran Turismo. But I thought the Gran Turismo screenplay kicked ass. All right, that the movies kicks ass. The screenplay kicks ass. It's got that, emotional tug, and it's got actual stakes to it. And so I thought, hey, that's pretty good. Zach Balin, all right. Zach Balin's going to be co-writing this new Crow movie. All right, it's got possibilities. Wrong. Okay, he basically shit the bed on his screenplay for The Crow right there. So that was just disappointing as hell, everybody. The Gray Man says, my kids just went to see it. They liked it, but I don't think they saw the original. Okay, talking about the Crow there, the Gray Man, I'm assuming there, or maybe you're talking about the It there. But yeah, I could see like Gen Z, Gen Y, is that the next youngest generation right there? So I could see them going to this movie, and if they haven't seen the original Crow, then they'd be like, this is kind of cool. All right, this is a totally fresh, original idea. I mean, hey, maybe somebody should write a comic book about this character at some point, And James O'Bannon, or the James O'Barr, the original author of the author of the Crow comic book. I'm sure, yeah, he would just be tearing his hair out, going, somebody did write a comic book about the Crow. That's what the movie in 1994 was based off of. You idiots. But yeah, so if they don't know the original now, they should go back and watch the original, and I think they're gonna hate the 2024 Crow by comparison. So, I guess that's easy for me to say. Okay, I mean, I'm a Gen Xer. If they go see the 1994 Crow movie, they might think it's kind of corny and dated. They might be like, oh, it's obvious this movie came out 30 or 40 years ago. So I can't speak for them. Again, I'm coming at it from a totally different perspective. I would imagine, though, I mean, your kid is cool if they watch The Crow. They're like, Dad, man, like, the Gray Man, if your kids, watch the original Crow, and they came to you and they're like, Dad, can we get the soundtrack to that original Crow right there? Like I saw and heard the music there. It sounds really cool. And that would have to have like a single tear down your eye, wouldn't it? The gray man. Have you heard your kids say that? Like, oh yeah, my kids, they want that original Crow soundtrack with Stone Temple Pilots and The Cure and Rage Against the Machine, or as they're called now, Rage for the Machine. You know, you'd have to get a little emotional there, the gray man, I would think. So, but yeah, that's and the thing is, like, speaking of the soundtrack for The Crow, so again, the 1994 Crow soundtrack, tip top. That the Crow soundtrack went like triple platinum, as it deserves to. The music in this new Crow is pure 100% grade A uncut dog shit. Okay, the music from this new one sounds like it comes straight from the Spotify playlist of some annoying purple-haired freak that you see on the city bus that hasn't taken a shower in 3 months, and you know they've got, you know, mismatched tattoos that make no sense all over themselves, and piercings and whatnot, and yeah, just, you know, food stains all over themselves. Like, you imagine like their Spotify playlist. Okay, it's a bunch of douche tunes from that right there. Okay, and I'm listening to the music in this, like, that sucks right there. And I can just imagine like some Gen Zer maybe liking that stuff, but this Crow 2024 soundtrack, yeah, it's not at all there. And then what do we got there? I'm Sean Kev. The Departed soundtrack was the greatest soundtrack ever, then Forrest Gump. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. The Departed soundtrack, the only song I know on that is I'm Shipping Up to Boston by, was that I was about to say the Dandy Warhols, but that's not. That's not them. But I'm sure that the Departed, I'm sure that probably has all kinds of other good songs up there. And then the Forrest Gump soundtrack, yeah, dude, yeah. Chef's kiss right there. Just a massive pile of classics on the Forrest Gump soundtrack. It's kind of like the kind of like the Big Chill soundtrack, you know, from 10 years prior to Forrest Gump, or a little over 10 years prior to Forrest Gump, where the Big Chill had a bunch of, you know, 50s and 60s like classic tunes, and then Forrest Gump soundtrack had a bunch of classic music in that as well. So, but oh, right. And then, yeah, I mean, so the soundtrack, the 2024, it's probably going to make about, you know, $5, you know, in revenue with that. So it's just completely terrible. And yeah, the gray man says, I told them we will watch The Crow. Yes, as you should. And the gray man, I'm curious. I'd love to hear what their reaction to The Crow is, and you know, the 1994 Crow. I mean, because that movie is just, I've seen it hundreds of times, and it just never gets old. I always got to watch it around like Halloween, and then a lot of times, you know, it's a dark and rainy day, and I'm feeling down and melancholy, I throw in The Crow. There you go. Because yeah, it's just fantastic. It's a great action movie with some good emotional stakes there. So I'll drink to that. So everyone tip one back. Oh, yeah. All right. Here we go. The gray man. God bless you, sir. God bless you. He says, I will update there. But yeah, I'm Sean Cav on the Departed soundtrack. If you're still here, kind of curious, like, what other songs on the Departed soundtrack are on there that's good there. Because, yeah, if I think of the movie The Departed, yeah, it has a shitload of great songs, you know, as you go through. Oh, it has that Beach Boys song, right? That Beach Boys song during the scene where Jack Nicholson and Leo DiCaprio, they're in that restaurant, that Jack Nicholson goes up to the two priests and the nun, and he's like, you know, dishing out shit to them. And right as that scene is over with, they cut to like this Beach Boys song from back in the 70s right there. Now, Lindy Ring 87, yeah, Ferris Bueller was the best soundtrack right there. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. Was that Yellow? Was that Yellow who did that? Yeah. was great. Great soundtrack right there. And then I think Violent Femmes. I think Violent Femmes was on there as well. And then, of course, the Beatles were on there with Twist and Shout. Ferris Bueller. Fantastic movie there. It's depressing. Is it just me or is it depressing seeing like how old Matthew Broderick is getting? Matthew Broderick is getting up there. And on top of that dude killed somebody with a car and got away with it. Okay. And that was like right after he did Ferris Bueller. He was, as I beer burp like crazy. He was over in Europe and freaking ran somebody over, killed him. And then, just continued his movie career. So I think it took place like in late 86, 1987, somewhere around there. So, but anyway, all right. So everybody get over into the pill chat and keep the gray man company over there. He's holding it down. All right. He's holding it down over there. Okay. Well, let's do this here. I'm getting a little thirsty here. And you guys have seen me, tipping back a little bit of that beer, but I need a little bit more. And so in order to give myself an excuse, I'm going to fire up a little brew review time. All right, so let me introduce you to a little Monte Carlo premium lager, okay? But, interestingly enough, this is not from Monaco, okay? It's actually brewed in Guatemala, okay? So when I think of Monte Carlo, I don't think of Guatemala. But, yes, it's not too bad. It's a premium lager. It pours clear, pale gold. Okay, so I had another bottle earlier, and I was pouring that into a glass, and it's just like your typical premium lager or typical lager. It just pours. It's just nice and gold and crisp, and it's got like a grainy aroma like the most lagers there, with a little like a sweet corn smell to it. And I'll take a tug here real quick. So it's got the sweet corn smell to it, and the bitterness is at a bare minimum. So I think it's that sweet corn that's in there that cuts down on the bitterness there as well. And it's got kind of a floral, malty scent to it as well. Now, one thing I have to say, the one thing I don't like about this is it does have this slight metallic aftertaste that I'm not too crazy about. But other than that, it's a good beer that you can rock with, after, when you're on the beach or something like that. You're sitting on the beach in your lawn chair, like our beloved president, Pedo Joe. He's sitting on a beach, drinking beers instead of being at the Oval Office. Maybe he's downing some Monte Carlos there. Okay, so who the fuck is running our country right now? Who the hell? What the hell? My God. Who knows? But it's probably just some intern, working in the White House communications office. Who knows? But Monte Carlo. Let me take a tug off this bad boy real quick here. Why don't I? Fantastic. So you're probably not going to be able to get this like locally unless you live like in a bigger metropolitan area like I do. Otherwise, you're probably going to have to go to like gopuff.com or Open Bar. It's an app that's on your phone, or Uber Eats. Uber Eats delivers booze now, so you can check that out. But grab yourself some Monte Carlo. Not too shabby. And that has been a little brew review time. What do we got over here? To my right here, I thought I spotted we got a $2 Rumble rant from my man. I'm Sean Cav. He's got to run, and bye-bye to you as well. So there you go. Appreciate the good luck there, the good wishes, and absolutely. And who else we got over here is you've got we got a point there. You got a good point. We've got some wisdom here in the live chat from Lindy Rig 87. The most important thing I've learned as an adult is you don't need fun to have alcohol. There you go. And so definitely words to live by, sage advice there, Lindy Rig 87, indeed. All right, so let's do this here. I mean, what else is there to say about this? I mean, I did notice that at the very beginning, well, they have a kind of a cold open to The Crow. It's that stupid ass scene I was telling you about with the horse, and the horse is caught in the barbed wire, and stupid ass little Eric Draven is trying to get him out. He gets injured, with the barbed wire in his hand. I'm injured. So they have a little cold open like that, and then it goes into this opening title scene that's trying to be badass. It's trying to mimic the opening title scene from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the David Fincher version, which is very, very cool. Because that opening title sequence from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the Fincher version, has a really cool opening title sequence with a cover of the Immigrant song from Led Zeppelin, right? And it's a badass opening title scene. So, and if you haven't seen The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo from David Fincher, okay, don't be turned off by the title, okay? The movie kicks ass. It's so good. But I think a lot of people were turned off by that title when it came out back in like 2011. And so it didn't do very good at the box office. I think it's doing pretty good, on streaming. A lot of people are like, hey, I'll check out this Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It's not like I'm running to the movies and spending $15 on it. And I think a lot of people are watching on stream like, damn it, man, I should have watched this on the theater. Well, should have watched this at the theater. This would have looked great on the big screen in front of me, but I was too scared to go to the theater because of this big, scary title. But The Crow 2024, it just tries to steal that opening credit scene, and because The Crow 2024 is just trying to be cool, right? Trying to be cool, trying to be edgy, and it fails spectacularly at trying to do that. So, and again, this movie just absolutely tanked at the box office. It opened up again at the number 8 spot with a paltry, a pathetic $4.6 million. And this movie has a budget of like at least $50 million. So Lionsgate is taking a serious bath on this movie right there. And you know what? Hey, that's on them. All right. That's their own damn fault. They should have either not even tried to do a remake of The Crow, or if you're going to do it, all right, make sure that you do it good so it doesn't
crash and burn, huh, Mav?
Absolutely. Because, I mean, if you're going to half-ass it, you're going to get half-ass box office. Okay, put some pride in your work there, Lionsgate. And of course they got themselves a director, Rupert Sanders in this case, that is, just one of the lesser directors in Hollywood right there. I mean, he's known for he did the Ghost in the Shell, the shitty Ghost in the Shell movie with Scarlett Johansson. I think it was Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, and then he did the Snow White and the Huntsman movie. That's who you pick. That's who you get to do The Crow. Now, originally, you had some big names that were tied to this Crow remake, like Bradley Cooper was going to do this movie. Jason Momoa was going to do it. Who else? There was like another big name that's escaping me right now, but man, I guarantee it right now. They're like, we dodged a bullet. Thank God that we didn't do that Crow movie. Like, well, they probably read this script and like, fuck this. I'm not doing this shitty movie. What the hell? That's the best you could do for a Crow remake. Like that's how much you think of that 1994 Crow is. This is the kind of effort you put into a Crow screenplay. Like, you guys, this is dog shit right there. Okay. I mean, Bradley Cooper probably read that script and he was like,
you have smoked yourself retarded.
Yeah, absolutely there. So, all right. What else is there to say about Crow? Well, probably a whole lot of other stuff, but I don't care. This movie deserves as little amount of time from me as possible. And there's a little amount of time from anybody really as possible right there. But all right, let's do this here real quick. And I just want to give Flip City, our sponsor, it's due time, okay? And Flip City Magazine, it's a replacement for the Mad Magazine and crack. Because remember Mad Magazine back in the day, you could pick up Mad Magazine and count on it being a good source of some giggles, some laughs. Okay, you're having a bad day, and you go grab yourself a Mad Magazine with Alfred E. Newman, and you're like opening up that Mad Magazine, like, oh my God, Alfred E. Newman, you're the greatest. Oh, you cracked me up, Alfred E. Newman. Oh my God, look at that parody. They're doing a parody of Raiders of the Lost Ark, but they're calling it Raiders of the Lost Fart. Mad Magazine could bring the funny back in the day. Well, about that. Not so much anymore. Okay, they have allowed themselves to be assimilated into the woke Borg. Okay, they have enlisted in the Rainbow Reich, and they are more interested in teaching you how to live your life, young man, than providing you some laughs. But worry not, fret not, for we have a worthy adversary to take up the gauntlet, and that is one, Flip City Magazine. But I'll let you hear it from them directly.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
Genuinely cutting, but also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
All right. So, yes, grab yourself some Flip City Magazine and giggle your ass off, okay? And we're making it very easy for you on how to grab yourself some Flip City Magazine because we have a Flip City link in the description down below. All you got to do is scroll on down below and click on that Flip City link, and you're good to go to grab yourself some Flip City Magazine editions, okay? And then as you see down below, if you put in promo code MOVIES, you're going to get 10% off your order of the best non-woke comic around. And I wouldn't steer you towards anything that I don't personally take part in or enjoy because I've got Flip City Magazine right here. Look at this thing. Look at this. So sweet. Look at that artwork right there. So good. So nice to have like some cool artwork and something you can hold in your hand, something tangible right there. You even got what was I got look at that, got a crossword puzzle there and some great artwork. Fantastic, just fantastic stuff right there. And as you're reading through all these pages, just nonstop laughs, nonstop giggles right there. So check out some Flip City Magazine. Get that in your hands, everybody. All right, so do it. All right, let's move on here with the show, okay? Because I know I want to be able to get you guys to that Kamila Weirdo Walls interview on CNN. So I don't know when that comes out. I don't care. But I do know college football starts tonight too. So that I'm in danger of maybe that taking some viewers away from my live show here. So now I don't know how many sports ball fans we have in here. So, but hey, look at that. We've got Spaz Oyeti. Man, I'm probably butchering that name right there. I apologize. And they're thirsty too. Well, there you go. And good to see you there, Spaz. I'm just going to go with Spaz. There you go. Because I'm lazy and I don't want to keep butchering your name right there. And man, he gifted me the can. That means he gave me a certain amount of pills, gold pills on Pilled, which equates to real cash, to real money. So thank you very much. I'm touched emotionally and physically. Wait, take that last part out. I don't know what that physically part was. All right, and the gray man, I understand. I'm picking up what you're putting down. It says he's lurking, helping with dinner. There you go. Love it. Got it. Absolutely. Hey, I got it first try, everybody. I got the name right. Everybody. Woohoo! Oh, my God. I got to tell you right there, that deserves a little applause. Yeah, there we go. And I am not a...
You are a retard.
Yes. There you go. All right, finally, I'm not a retard. All right, yes, Spaz. Go sports ball. Well, my Michigan Wolverines, the national champions, by the way, aren't playing until Saturday night, so I'm good to go. So, but enough sports ball for this episode right there. So, all right, so let's do this here. I want to get into my favorite segment of every Movies America spoiler warning show on Thursday night, and that is the movie military moments. And that's where I pay tribute to a recipient of the Congressional Medal of Honor. I honor our servicemen and women, okay, because I'm ex-mil myself, and the military means a lot to me. I know that it's one of the things, if not the main thing, that's keeping China from ramming missiles right up our ass and taking over our country. Because I don't know, our military, some weak links in it, that's for sure. Have you seen those recruitment videos? All right, am I right or am I right? But never mind that. We are going to, or I'm going to honor, and hopefully you honor along with me, some real heroes. Okay, and I'm going to do a movie military moment, and you may be wondering, like, what does movies and the military have to do with each other? Well, I shall explain there, ladies and gents, boys and girls. So, as you would imagine, if you are the recipient of a Congressional Medal of Honor, you didn't get that for doing some good polishing of your commanding officer's boots or doing a great job sorting the mail at the base post office. No, you did some hellacious looking shit, right? You did some stuff that you're like, oh my God, am I seeing what I'm seeing? If you happen to see it in person, right? Like you did something like you're a helicopter pilot in NAM and you're flying your Huey into a hot LZ and you got the VC just firing rounds at your helicopter and you're like, I don't care. All right, we just lost propulsion, man. We lost all propulsion, man. We got to get back to the base. Fuck that, man. We got to pick up the wounded. We got to deliver this ammo to our troops and whatnot. I'm landing that hot LZ. All right, I'm hounded. And you're mowing down Viet Cong, and whatnot. Or you're in World War II and you're storming the beaches of Iwo Jima and you run your ass into a Japanese pillbox with a grenade. You take them out and you save your comrades. Some shit that if you saw it on a movie screen, this big movie screen in front of you, you'd be like, oh my God, that is a fantastic movie military moment. And that is the connection, everybody, okay? And so for this episode's movie military moment, we are going to honor one Sergeant Louis Kukela. All right, I want to make sure that I pronounce his name correctly right there because he deserves his name to be pronounced correctly right there. And he fought in World War I in France. And so I know Sergeant Louis Kukela deserves his own music for movie military moments. So let's take care of that right now. This is the movie military moment. And for this edition of the movie military moment, we honor Sergeant Louis Kukela, who served in World War I in France. And that is where his actions awarded him or earned him the Congressional Medal of Honor. And let's learn more about Sergeant Louis Kukela, shall we? Army Medal of Honor is another honor he deserved, or he won. So I'm going to read about the Army Medal of Honor first. When his company, advancing through a wood, met with strong resistance from an enemy strongpoint, Sergeant Kukela crawled out from the flank and made his way toward the German lines in the face of heavy fire, disregarding the warnings of his comrades. he succeeded in getting behind the enemy position and rushed a machine gun emplacement, killing or driving off the crew with his bayonet. With German hand grenades, he then bombed out the remaining portion of the strong point, capturing 4 men and 2 damaged machine guns. Navy Medal of Honor for extraordinary heroism while serving with the 66th Company, 5th Regiment during action in the Forest de Retz near Villers-Cotterets, France, 18 July 1918. Sergeant Kukela advanced alone against an enemy strong point that was holding up his line. Disregarding the warnings of his comrades, he crawled out from the flanks in the face of heavy fire and worked his way to the rear of the enemy position. Rushing a machine gun emplacement, he killed or drove off the crew with his bayonet, bombed out the remaining part of the strong point with German hand grenades, and captured 2 machine guns and 4 men! Oh my God! Sergeant Louis Kukela, you kicked ass and took names for our country. You preserved our freedom, and you kicked those Germans right in the balls. And for that, you were awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor, and we salute you, Sergeant Kukela, for your patriotic duty, your patriotic works, and behavior for this country. And that has been our movie military moment. All right, there you go. I'm going to drink to that real quick here, everybody. So there we go. Ooh, that's good freedom. There you go. Provided by Sergeant Kukela in World War I, which supposedly was supposed to be the war to end all wars. Yeah. How did that go? But you guys can check out these Congressional Medal of Honor recipients yourselves. You don't have to wait to check out the movie Military Moment. You can go to the website. It's cmohs.org/recipients. Okay. And again, that's CM as in Mary, OHS.org/recipients, and check out all the Congressional Medal of Honor recipients right there. So, all right. So let me just take a minute here to remind you that, hey, if you guys are digging what I'm doing at all, or at least enough to throw a little money my way, a little cash my way, like I'm Sean Cav did earlier, okay, you can do that in multiple ways. Okay. So if you happen to be checking me out on Rumble, you can give me a Rumble rant. And how you do that is down by where you type in your live chat message. There's a button with the $sign on that. And that when you click on that, it'll just ask you how much you want to donate. And that's it. Very easy. Okay. Or if you're on YouTube, you can give me what's called a super chat. And down by where you type in your live chat message, you click on the button with the $bill sign. And same deal. You click on that, it'll ask you how much you want to donate. Very, very easy there. And then also, you can do on the pilled side, like Spaz Oyeti did. He went ahead and I'm assuming you're a he. Very presumptuous of me. He basically gave me the can. He gifted the can to me and said, cheers. And that's how you can throw a little money my way, show some financial appreciation my way on the pilled.net side. And so I think it's like you just hit the gold pill button and you can choose a certain number of gold pills. They have them like in different tiers, like the can and cookie and all that stuff. So, but yeah, if you guys are so inclined to do that, if you're not a big deal. It's totally cool. I'm not going to guilt trip anybody. The other night I was on X and someone was doing an X space, and this douchebag was doing this X space. He was like, all right, if you're in this X space and I see that you haven't forwarded this invite to my X space right there, I'm kicking out of my X space. I was like, fuck you, motherfucker. All right, I hate ultimatums. Don't bother kicking me out. I'll see myself out. I can't stand ultimatums. So I'm not going to be that douchebag that's like, if you don't throw some money my way, I'm going to kick you out of my treehouse. So, yeah, I'm not going to be that. And we have a confirmation from Spaz Oyeti that he is, in fact, a he. Okay, there you go. Absolutely. All right. So, and I'm sorry, the gray man. I missed this. Ass-slapping millionaire jocks take priority. Yeah, when you're right, you're right. So, all right. So enough about me, or enough of me begging for money right there. And actually, as I go into this segment here, I just realized I forgot to do something here for the show. But hey, I can easily remedy that right there. So, but hopefully you guys are enjoying the episode so far. I mean, I know it's going to be hard to enjoy this episode given the movie that this episode is all about. I mean, as little I can do about that. You know, we have this, the Crow remake, and I had to make this episode about that because I had to be at least one person that warns everybody away from this Crow remake. And so that's why I did my spoiler-free episode back last Sunday afternoon to warn everybody away from this Crow remake. So now I know that was on Sunday afternoon, and I may have missed some people before then, and they unfortunately were suckered in to the lousy Crow remake, and they went and saw it. But hopefully that wasn't you. But what are you going to do? But speaking of how shitty the Crow remake is, I just wanted to go over what I consider my top 5 horrible movie remakes there. And hopefully in this, if you haven't seen any of these, hopefully this is going to serve as a warning away from these particular movies right there. Okay. So we're going to get into this here, and we're going to go from number 5 to number 1, everybody. I'm going from number 5 to number 1. And so let's, without further ado, let's get this party started. So my number 5 horrible movie remake is Total Recall. Yes, this abomination tried to replace the classic 1990 Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sharon Stone, Rachel Ticotin Total Recall. Pardon me. Directed by the legendary Paul Verhoeven, who also gave us RoboCop and Basic Instinct and Starship Troopers. Okay, this Total Recall right here, how dare it try to even put itself in the same neighborhood as that legendary Total Recall from 1990. Okay, and both movies, they both come from the Philip K. Dick movie. I can remember it for you wholesale, I believe is the name of the Philip K. Dick movie there. But the Schwarzenegger Total Recall does it so much better and follows the short story a whole lot. This lousy Colin Farrell 2012 Total Recall, really the only thing it takes from the short story is the story of Dennis Quaid being this character that realizes, oh my God, I'm this secret agent I'm this killer bad guy. I'm this killer secret agent. Wow. That's the only thing really it takes from the short story there, where the 1990, the Schwarzenegger Total Recall takes a lot more from the short story. But this Total Recall here, this was just some sanitized for your protection, lousy PG-13 crap. And of course, they made it PG-13 so they could get more asses in seats. But the hard R-rated Total Recall from 1990 kicked the shit out of this sanitized for our protection Total Recall at the box office right there. So fucking take that there, people who thought you were smarter, too smart for their own good. They thought, we're going to come up with this PG-13 Total Recall and make a lot of money. Kind of like, the same asshats that thought, hey, we're going to come up with a PG-13 RoboCop, okay? And we're going to make we're just going to be swimming in loot from our lousy PG-13 remake. So, nope. Your movies basically went...
She's gone from suck to blow.
Yeah, absolutely, right there. So that'll teach you. So Total Recall, this is like, I mean... It's almost like watching a CW version of Total Recall. Obviously the visual effects are more advanced, than the 1991, obviously because it has the benefit of time, right? And so it's got some interesting visuals to it, but it's not enough to hold you for I think this movie is over 2 hours long. I think Colin Farrell, he's got the personality of the nutrition label from a box of saltine crackers in this. Totally boring. Kate Beckinsale, they get rid of the whole Richter character. So remember, Michael Ironside played Richter in the Schwarzenegger Total Recall. They totally do away with Richter, and they make Kate Beckinsale's character basically the Richter of this, because they have to have a girl boss, right? They have to have a girl boss villain in this. And so she's, in this movie kicking ass and taking names. Okay. She pretty much she's kind of doing a bad guy version of her character, Celine, from the Underworld movies, which is, there's a connection to there because Kate Beckinsale, as of when Total Recall was made, she was married to the director of Total Recall, Len Wiseman, who also directed at least most, if not all, of the Underworld movies, which starred Kate Beckinsale. So there's that connection. So basically, this husband decided to cast his wife in this villain girl boss role in Total Recall there in the movie, because she probably thought, I'm going to chew up the scenery. Hell, I'm probably going to be nominated for an Oscar for this. Nope, wrong. Okay, so yeah, this movie is just lousy. Doesn't even come close to measuring up to the 1990 Total Recall. There, I mean, the Schwarzenegger Total Recall, you get the three-tittied prostitute there in Venusville. You get the cool disguise, a little mask, like, get ready for a big surprise, and blowing up and shit. You got Schwarzenegger, at the peak of his powers, again, Michael Ironside, Ronnie Cox playing Cohagen. In this one, Bryan Cranston plays Cohagen. Again, boring as hell. Like, as captivating as Bryan Cranston is as Walter White on Breaking Bad, the direct inverse of that is his performance as Cohagen in Total Recall. Okay, and he's got this bad wig on during this movie because this movie came out while he was hip deep in the middle of playing Walter White on Breaking Bad here. So don't waste your time on the 2012 Total Recall. If it's too late and you've already watched it, well, my condolences. So, all right, moving on to number 4, and that is Red Dawn. Red Dawn, my God, more like Red Yawn. So Red Dawn here is, I guess, the Hollywood studio thought, Red Dawn, it's got quite the following. It's I wouldn't call it a cult classic. This is a plain old classic from 1984 with, Patrick Swayze and Charlie Sheen and Powers Booth and Leah Thompson and C. Thomas Howell. Okay, it's a classic, all right? It's a beloved movie, the Wolverine. So, so Hollywood's like, you know what? There's a bunch of saps that haven't seen Red Dawn, or a lot of saps that think, hey, man, Red Dawn, the 1984 one, it needs some updating. It needs a remake. So we're going to come up with this Red Dawn 2012. All right. So as you can tell, 2012 was a lousy year for remakes. Okay. And most remakes are just plain lousy from the jump there. But this had Chris Hemsworth in it, and Josh Hutcherson and Isabella Lucas. Okay. Yet Jeffrey Dean Morgan in this. He basically takes over the Powers Booth role. I should say takes over. No one compares to Powers Booth in the original Red Dawn. But so Red Dawn, it got a much bigger budget than the original Red Dawn from 1984, but it still manages not to kick near as much ass as the original Red Dawn. The acting in this is stilted and dull and boring. If you want to cure your insomnia, definitely check out Red Dawn. Okay. It's got this god awful, blatant, mind-numbingly stupid Subway tie-in to it, where they're in town and a couple of the fighters, a couple of Wolverines, like, oh my God, Subway is still open. Let's get in there. And they go into Subway. They rob Subway of their bread, and they're getting all the meats and the cheeses and whatnot. And of course, the movie makes sure they get the camera on all the delicious ingredients and all that, which somehow manages to still be there, even though North Korea has invaded our country and the electricity is out. But the supply chain is apparently still in place, where you can get sliced cheese and salami and ham and all the accoutrements of a Subway shop. You can get the fresh bread, and the electricity is still on, amazingly, and the Subway, so you can bake the bread and all that stuff, because we have to, Subway paid us a whole lot to be in this shitty movie, okay, there. And so, also another stupid thing about Red Dawn is originally in this remake, China was supposed to be the bad guy. Okay. But back then is when Hollywood was still grabbing their ankles for China. Not so much anymore, but back then they were still grabbing their ankles for China. And so they're like, oh my God, we might piss off our favorite communist friend, China. We better not make China the bad guy in Red Dawn. Who can we change it to? North Korea. Yeah, North Korea. You know, a country the size of a shoebox. Yeah, that makes a lot of fucking sense. So we'll make North Korea the bad guy in Red Dawn. Like, my God, like, do they realize how small North Korea is? But yeah, this movie is totally just a big pile of dog shit. Okay, I can't put it any other way than that. But enough about hearing about it from me. Let's hear from Brandon Herrera about this movie.
No, I'm not done. I'm not fucking done. You put a minigun on a Mustang. I'll clue you in on something here. 4,000 rounds a minute. 308.
So he's referring to, I think it's like towards the end of the movie, they put like this 50 cal on the top rope of this Mustang in Red Dawn here. So that's what he's referring to. He's like, or it's a minigun, not a 50 cal. It's a minigun. But you go, Brandon.
No, I'm not done. I'm not fucking done. You put a minigun on a Mustang. I'll clue you in on something here. 4,000 rounds a minute. 308. A lot of recoil. Your grandpappy's hunting rifle that you shot one time, that was 308, that bruised your shoulder. 4,000 rounds. Recoil's still there. That's a lot of energy. That's why a lot of times they're in fixed positions. They're on steel mounts on helicopters, on tanks, on Humvees. Big ass mounts, so that thing's not going anywhere. And even still, then you gotta really kind of get behind it and stay in control of it. Drake and Josh motherfucker over here thinks it's a good idea to mount that to the fiberglass roof of a goddamn Mustang. Now, I'm sure Ford paid a lot of money for him to do that, but it's still, can you say the R word in 2020? It's a doo-doo head idea. You're gonna fire one burst of that thing, it's going to rip through that thin layer on that roof, go off the side of your car, and now you're just standing there, hey everybody, Drake, where's the minigun? And that is the end of the 2012 remake of Red Dawn that, from here on out, I'm going to continue to pretend never fucking happened.
Everybody! Look at Brandon Herrera, man. He cracks me up. Man, God. It's so bad. It pisses me off that he lost his congressional run. He was running for Congress here in Texas, I think down by the San Antonio area. And he lost his congressional seat. Or not lost it, but he was trying to beat this total raging rhino down here. Tony Gonzalez is his name. And Brandon Herrera is just like America first. You know, he's like a bigger fan of Trump than Tony Gonzalez is. And he ran for office, his first political office ever. Okay. He's a daisy fresh rookie like Trump was running for president in 2015, 2016. And he almost beat the incumbent Tony Gonzalez, again, a raging rhino, even though Mitch McConnell and Mike Johnson and all these other raging rhinos, big major Republican players, came down to Texas to stump for Tony Gonzalez, and the Republicans, the mainstream Republicans, they spent so much money. They shipped so much money down to Texas and into Tony Gonzalez's campaign because Brandon Herrera forced that election into a runoff, and it scared the living shit out of the Republican establishment. All the raging rhinos were pissing themselves. And so even with all those millions of dollars, millions more than Brandon Herrera was bringing to the party, because Brandon Herrera, like, he barely had any money. I mean, relative to Tony Gonzalez and the Republican establishment. And Brandon Herrera almost beat Tony Gonzalez in spite of that. I think he lost by maybe even hundreds of votes, which pisses me off because I'm like, if more people down in his district in Texas just would have got off their fat asses and just at least early voted, like, get off your ass and whatnot. Like, what the hell? Turn off the fucking TV for once, put down the fucking PS5 controller, and go and fucking vote for your local fucking elections, okay? Yes, I am going off on a rant here. the presidential election is not the only fucking election. Go out there and vote for your city council, your sheriff, okay, the fucking water superintendent, your state congressman, congresswoman, whatever. Get out there, because the closer to home the politician is, the more they affect your life. So obviously vote in the presidential election. Yeah, most definitely do that. But go and vote in the primaries and vote in your local elections. Okay, get up off your asses. All right, and that goes for me too. And you only have to do like what, as often as what, every 2 years? Come on, do it. But Brandon Herrera, good dude. Check him out on X and whatnot. Unfortunately, his failed run for Congress just inspired that rant right there. But all right, let's continue on with the show here with Red Dawn. That was number 4, I believe. We're going to move on to number 3, and that is The Mummy. Yes, one of the rare Tom Cruise misses. Okay, he swung and he missed on this one, and it's not very often that Tom Cruise swings and he completely whiffs like he did on The Mummy. But they must have just backed up a bunch of armored trucks to his driveway. I mean, he must have just kept on hearing beep, 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 coming up his driveway to get him to do this shitty movie. Okay. Also, another thing that might have helped get him to do this movie is, believe it or not, Christopher McQuarrie co-wrote this pile of dog shit. Okay, Christopher McQuarrie, and it's some other notable screenwriter. Apparently, it's not so notable that I can remember who it was. But it was David Koepp. David Koepp, the guy who wrote Jurassic Park, also was a co-writer on this. So Christopher McQuarrie, you probably know him better as he's the director of all the recent Mission Impossible movies. Okay, with Tom Cruise. So you always see Tom Cruise or Christopher McQuarrie. They're always doing these promos for the Mission Impossible movies. So that probably was also part of why Tom Cruise did this shitty mummy movie. But this was supposed to be the start of Universal was trying to start this new series of remakes of classic Universal horror movies. I think what they call their Dark Horizons series of movies that they're going to do or something like that. And The Mummy was like the inaugural movie in that endeavor to do all these remakes of all these classic Universal movies. And they shit the bed on the very first try. Okay. And then I think they did do a second movie, because they did a second movie called The Invisible Man. They did a remake of The Invisible Man. And that one was really fucking good. That movie kicks that. That was what's her face? The one from she was on Mad Men and she's on The Handmaid's Tale there. But anyway, Elizabeth somebody. But that one was really good. That one, and that was directed by the same guy who did Upgrade, which is another movie that not near enough people have seen. Upgrade is a great movie. Lee Winnell is the name of the director. But so I think that was one good movie that they did in the Dark Horizons. I think that was the name of the initiative that they were doing. But The Mummy with Tom Cruise, it was some goofy ass corny shit. Okay, it had a couple of at least one cool visual effect sequence in it. There's like a sequence where they're on this cargo plane, this military cargo plane, and this pack of like bats attacks the plane in midair and takes the plane out, and the plane is crashing, and you get some kind of cool like zero gravity sequences from that. But other than that, the movie is complete turd. Tom Cruise, he's got the personality of a hubcap in this thing. You just don't care about his character. You've got Jake Johansson. He's playing like this comic relief in the movie. That you're supposed to check him out. He's like he said a funny line. It's supposed to be the comic relief and ease the tension to that. I'm like, what fucking tension? Okay. It's supposed to be kind of a take on Griffin Dunn's character from American Werewolf in London. Remember Griffin Dunn in American Werewolf in London? He got killed by the werewolf and he keeps coming back. as the dead friend. He gets more and more grotesque looking as the movie goes along. Well, Jake Johansson's character, and this is kind of supposed to be a take on that. We also have Russell Crowe in this. This is one of the rare misses for Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe does not bat 1,000 every, doesn't bat 1,000 in his movie career. He's got a few more misses than hits here later on in his career. And this is definitely one of his misses where he plays Dr. Jekyll in this. And I guess that was supposed to be another spin-off. There's supposed to be another Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde movie. If this movie did well, that was supposed to be another movie that was going to be done as part of this universe. And of course, Russell Crowe would play that character. Yeah, this movie is just dog shit. You know what? I have zero motivation to talk anymore about this movie whatsoever. So we're going to move on. The next one is Godzilla. And I'm sure a lot of you would have been like, you know what? You can't have a top 5 horrible movie remakes without 1998's Godzilla in this. The Roland Emmerich, Dean Devlin turd sandwich Godzilla. Okay, so this is Independence Day, that was made by Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich. It had come out a couple of years before this, in 1996. And then I think it was Sony. Sony was looking to do a Godzilla movie really, really bad. They basically bent over backwards and jumped over a bunch of hurdles from Toho. In Japan, Toho owns the rights to Godzilla. And so Sony was like really trying to, or it must not have been Sony, maybe somebody else was trying to do a Godzilla movie. So they had to get all this permission from Toho. So they went through all that trouble. They got a big ass budget for this movie. They got Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin because those two were coming, hot off of Independence Day. And they proceeded to do a fucking flaming garbage pail, a garbage dump of a movie here with Godzilla. Okay, it's so corny, so cheesy. Okay, I mean Independence Day, I like that movie, but it's got some cornball in it. It's got some cheesiness in it, but nothing compared to the '98 Godzilla in this. And I guess in an attempt to stain the good name of Ferris Bueller, Matthew Broderick is in this, as this stupid nerd scientist. He's like a worm expert, and they recruit him to help fight Godzilla. The design of Godzilla in this is terrible. Okay, he's got like this Godzilla, like the face of like Thanos almost, and it with his big jaw, this big massive jowl, these jowls here as Godzilla. It doesn't even look like Godzilla. It looks like a lizard. It doesn't even look like Godzilla. It's not like bottom heavy or anything like that. It doesn't move slow and lumbery like your traditional Godzilla. This Godzilla, not Dean Devlin, but Roland Emmerich purposely wanted this Godzilla to be different. Like he wanted it to be fast. According to Roland Emmerich, this Godzilla can run up to 200 miles an hour, which is kind of weird because there's a scene towards the end where it can't even keep up with this New York City cab that's trying to get away from Godzilla. Like if Godzilla can run 200 miles an hour, it's going to catch this cab and in no time flat, right? Okay. So it's just another thing about this movie that makes no sense whatsoever. Okay. They actually did have what sounds like a really cool Godzilla movie planned before this particular Godzilla movie, but that Godzilla movie was going to be directed by like a lesser known name director. Their name escapes me, but the studio that came up with this Godzilla, they were too afraid to go with a lesser, like a lower profile director. They wanted to go with Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin. Roland Emmerich was the director. He was, again, coming hot off of Independence Day. So they thought they had a sure thing. And nope, they found it very quickly. They did not. Okay. So, and if you've seen most of Roland Emmerich's movies, you know his movies are cornier than Kansas on the 4th of July. Okay. With marked exception of The Patriot. Okay. But even The Patriot with Mel Gibson, that kind of has some little bit of corn in it. Okay. Like the pile of shit that this Godzilla movie is. It's got a little bit of corn in it. But Godzilla, don't bother with this. Plus on top of it, it's got like half the cast of The Simpsons in it because it's got Hank Azaria and Harry Shearer and Nancy Cartwright, who does the movie, the voice of Lisa Simpson in this movie. The special effects, they were bad even for 1997 or 1998. Okay, they're really bad. Now you can tell this movie was trying to be Jurassic Park, but it was trying to be cooler. It thought it was darker and edgier than Jurassic Park, but it failed big time in that regard because this movie has got a very corny screenplay. All the characters are so. In a lot of movies, you have like the one comic sidekick character. In this movie, every character is a comic sidekick, except there's zero laughs in this, okay? And they have stupid, like, running jokes. Like, Matthew Broderick's, his scientist, his last name is, like, Tatopoulos, okay? And the running joke is everyone keeps screwing up the pronunciation of his name. Oh, my God, it's hilarious. My sides. Oh, my God, I'm cracking up here. So that's a running joke. That kind of gives you a picture of what they think is funny in Godzilla. So, a total shit show. If you want to watch a really good Godzilla, I either watch like the 1950s original, or there's a series of Godzilla movies from the 50s and 60s you should check out. If those kind of scare you because of those are older, if you see no other Godzilla movie, you gotta watch Godzilla -1. Godzilla -1 that came out back in last December, just last year. That to me, that is my favorite Godzilla movie of all time, right there. Okay, it's better than Godzilla 2014. It's better than any of the newer Americanized Godzilla, like the new one they came out with, Godzilla versus Kong, the New Empire. That one, I saw that one put me to sleep. Then Godzilla versus Kong, that was another one. Godzilla -1 blows all of those out of the water. Okay, so check out Godzilla -1. That's my little opportunity I'm giving myself to turn you on to Godzilla -1. And again, don't be turned off by the title. Okay, if you read up on it, you'll see why it's called Godzilla -1. But forget the title. Just watch the movie. Okay, it's fantastic. And I think Godzilla -1, I think it's still on Netflix right now. It's a fantastic movie. Okay, and I think on there, you can watch the Godzilla -1 with subtitles or without subtitles. So you're good to go there. All right, we're coming down to it here. What do we got here? Oh, I think they were coming down to number 1 here, if I'm counting correctly. And number 1 is Psycho. Yes, the 1998. Again, this is also from 1998, like the Godzilla movie I just talked about. This is the 1998 version of Psycho from Gus Van Sant. Yes, Gus Van Sant, the guy who directed Good Will Hunting the year before this Psycho remake. So when I think this is a Miramax movie, I believe. And so I'm sure, Harvey Weinstein, I know you're not supposed to say his name because he's a piece of shit, but Harvey Weinstein and his brother, they ran Miramax back then, right? And so I'm sure they thought, like, man, we've got a surefire hit on our hands. We've got Gus Van Sant that just made this massive hit, Good Will Hunting, for us. And he's coming back making this remake of this classic Alfred Hitchcock horror movie, Psycho. We've got some notable actors in it. We've got Anne Heche, Viggo Mortensen, William H. Macy, Julianne Moore, James Remar. All these great actors in this. Vince Vaughn playing Norman Bates in this. Man, there's no way we can miss with this movie. Hell no. Well, as you can imagine, you know how this movie went. Otherwise, it would not be number 1 with a bullet on my top 5 horrible movie remakes list right here. So Psycho, it's a misnomer about this movie. It's a color shot-for-shot remake of the original Psycho from Alfred Hitchcock. It's not quite shot-for-shot. It's pretty damn close, but it's not quite shot-for-shot. But the good thing about the original Psycho is the actors actually, acted acted well. Okay, Janet Leigh, obviously. You had Anthony Perkins as Norman Bates. Martin Balsam was in that. The other actors are escaping me, but good actors in the original Psycho. Okay, and of course he had a couple of really good sequels to Psycho. I mean, Psycho 2 that came out in 1982. Psycho 3 is another great sequel to that, both with Anthony Perkins playing, of course, Norman Bates. Those are really good remakes of Psycho. So I would watch those movies any day, every day of the week, and twice on Sundays before I ever watch Psycho here. But Anne Heche, she plays the Janet Leigh character in this, and one of the this movie it became not only known for being a really shitty remake of the classic Psycho movie, but also Ralph Garman and Kevin Smith from the Hollywood Babylon podcast. They featured a particular feature of Psycho, and from a scene from Psycho, particularly the shower scene where Anne Heche is playing the Janet Leigh character there. And you know what? I'm going to do this here. There's an actual a video of a gentleman on the Hollywood Babylon podcast with Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith from Clerks and Mallrats and all that. He does this Hollywood Babylon podcast with Ralph Garman. And they do shows across the country live and that kind of thing. And so they have as part of their little Hollywood Babylon podcast, they have this guy that writes jingles and songs for them. And one of the songs he wrote about has to do with a particular part of Anne Heche's anatomy that they think you get to see it as part of the shower scene in this Psycho remake here. But instead of me yapping about it, let's hear straight from them.
But Ken says, after I bought my ticket, I turned on the TV and guess what was on? Gus Van Zant's bad remake of Psycho.
That's not bad.
It's bad.
No,
it's
like
bad.
It's got one
It's
very
pointless.
special feature.
It does have a special feature. We've talked about it before. Ken says, now I'm hoping to hear Anne Heche's Butthole song. Well, we thought it would be fun to have Dan come out tonight and sing it for you live. The first ever Hollywood Babylon live performance of Anne Heche's Butthole, which started as a jingle, then it became a full-length song. You can get it on iTunes if you want. Here he is, Dan Lewisell, with Anne Heche's Butthole.
Thank you. Is this a bad time to point out I'm from Michigan? Or is that...
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't.
Forget I said anything. Anyway, music. I rented a horror movie earlier tonight, 'cause I was in the mood for a scare. It was a remake of Psycho, that classic Hitchcock film, and I heard that weird chick would get bare. I watched with anticipation, contemplated masturbation, for she'd soon reveal herself unto the world. I expected boobs or bush and maybe just a little tush. I didn't know that she would be my brown-eyed girl. Anne Heche's butthole, Anne Heche's butthole, Anne Heche's butthole. I wonder what's inside. Anne Heche's butthole, Anne Heche's butthole, Anne Heche's butthole. Let's all go inside. I heard she once let Liam Neeson's cock in her back nine. Now her ring piece can be seen from outer space. So if you go to Google Earth and zoom in real close, you'll see her anus looks like Chelsea Handler's face. Now everybody knows where they can sneak a little peek. We will know of what we seek is not a myth. But nobody would know for sure if it was truly there, had it not been for Ralph Garman and Kevin Smith. Anne Heche's butthole, Anne Heche's butthole, Anne Heche's butthole. I wonder what's it. You guys sing it!
Anne Heche's butthole, Anne Heche's butthole, Anne Heche's butthole.
Let's all go in. Anne Heche's butthole, Anne Heche's butthole. Haish's butthole. Let's all go inside.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and the Gray Man there is a fan of the song here. Apparently, is a fan, says that's a good song. Who would have known she would be shoved in a body bag? Still alive. Yeah, that's a posthumous tribute to Anne Heche right there. So she went out like Paul Walker, and she is no longer with us. So I guess she's not going to be available for the Psycho 2 remake, I'm guessing. So yeah, sadly enough right there. But yeah, that was my top 5 horrible movie remakes list right there. Let me know in the live chat or in the comments if you're watching this later on. What did you think about my little top 5 horrible movie remakes right there? Like which movie should I have put in there that I missed? Because God knows, probably is one that I missed right there. Or hey, let me know, hey, did I get it perfect? Did I get all the 5 movies that you would have put in there and in the exact same order? Oh my God, what the hell? Let me know that as well. So you bet. All right, let's check here, and I think we're good to go. All right, and yeah, should we get ready to wrap up the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the time is getting late, so yes. The time on the Swatch watch is getting late. Got a date. Can't be late. Hey, the girl's going to do me. There we go. Let me know what song those lyrics are from, right? So there you go. Yes, there we go. And oh, yeah, she's dressed in yellow. She said, hello, come sit next to me, you fine fellow. I don't know why that Young MC lyric popped into my head, but yeah, there you go. Probably get copyrighted for that. All right, so what should we do next here? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Oh, I should tell you guys that next week's movie that I'm going to be going over is the new Reagan movie. Yes, the Reagan is coming out this weekend. Go see Reagan. I'm already hearing good stuff. All right, so sorry for pointing. There, but yeah, go see Reagan with Dennis Quaid, and you got to get your tickets fast because I have seen the theaters that I'm checking here, at least, and I live in a big ass metropolitan area. I've seen like tickets are going fast. Okay, I had a hard time finding a seat at the time tomorrow night that I wanted to check out there. But yeah, Reagan with Dennis Quaid. We all know Dennis Quaid, right? Dennis Quaid from Inner Space. That's probably my favorite Dennis Quaid movie, Inner Space, from back in the 80s with Martin Short. The Right Stuff, Day After Tomorrow. He played Jerry Lee Lewis in Great Balls of Fire. I mean, Everybody's All American, Breaking Away. Yeah, all kinds of great movies. Dreamscape, The Big Easy. All kinds of great movies there. I'm sure I'm missing one really obvious one. He was in those lousy G.I. Joe movies, I think, as well. Any Given Sunday, he was in that movie. So yeah, Dennis Quaid, it's been a shitload of movies there. But yeah, so he's gonna be in that new Reagan movie. So this Sunday afternoon, my spoiler-free review will be of Reagan, and that is part of my Movies Merica live show that comes on this Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 Central, 2 Mountain, and 1 Pacific, okay? And just go to like my X page, and you'll see the link for the show on Sunday for that right there. Again, that's Sunday afternoon. Reagan with Dennis Quaid. That'll be my spoiler-free review on Sunday. And then, of course, a week from tonight, a week from right now, Movies America spoiler warning will be all about Reagan. Yes, gonna spoil you rotten about Reagan. So I want to see as many people as possible go see Reagan, okay, and then report back here this Thursday night or next Thursday night to talk about some Reagan. Or also check me out on this Sunday afternoon for the spoiler-free show, okay? And if you've seen Reagan by then, I'd love to hear what you thought of it there, or just check out the show to see if Reagan is a movie I need to warn you off of or highly recommend to you, okay? But from what I'm hearing, I should probably just recommend it to you now because I'm just hearing nothing but good things about Reagan here. And it's freaking out the left, okay? It's freaking out the CNNs, the MSDNCs, ABCs, CBSs. It's freaking them all out. Even Mark Zuckerberg obviously with Facebook, he was suppressing any mention of Reagan. So, when it's scaring all those people, this movie is over the target. Okay. Now I can't imagine why they would be scared about a movie about a president that died 22 years ago. Okay. Not sure. The movie's not called Trump. It's called Reagan. So I have no idea. I'm at a loss about that. Okay. So, all right. Let's want to make sure I'm not missing any chats right there. And I think we're good to go on that end. And we are kicking ass and taking names here in the comments. All right. So we're getting ready to wrap this bad boy up, everybody. Okay. Because we got things to do. All right. And let me turn you on to a few places that you should go to here. Well, let me do this here real quick. We've got some good folks here checking me out on the Pilled side, and they're in the live chat on the Pilled side, like the Gray Man. I don't know if Spazzo Yeti is still in there, but let me do this. I'm going to release the scratching, okay? Because I bet the Gray Man is still in the live chat on the Pilled side there. And you may be asking yourself, if you've never even heard of Pilled.net, I've never heard of Pilled.net, so I sure as hell don't know what releasing the scratching means. Well, what that means is, those chambers that you see people go into where they got the dollar bills and they're like flying everywhere. And there's wind flying everywhere. And they gotta grab as many dollar bills as they possibly can. Well, it's kind of releasing the scratching is kind of like that, in that when I release the scratching in the Pilled live chat, it's going to drop gold pills from the sky, like manna from heaven. Okay, so did you guys ever go to Sunday school? If you did, you know what manna from heaven is, right? Okay, and so I am going to release the gold pills onto them. I'm going to shower them. Okay, no, don't worry. I'm not going to shower them like R. Kelly. Okay, so not like that. Or I'm not going to whip out my hog and water the lilies on you. Not going to do that. But I see we still got some soldiers, serving behind the Pilled front lines over there. So I'm going to release the scratching here, everybody, and I'm going to do that in 3, 2, 1. Yes, that scratching has been released. So bathe in those gold pills there, everybody in the live chat on Pilled right there. Enjoy that. So don't say I never did anything for you. Come on, there you go. All right. So while they're bathing in gold pills and just becoming gold pill millionaires over there, let me let's wrap this show up here by me letting you know of a few locations, a few websites that you should definitely put in your favorites, okay, in your web browser right there. And the first one is solo.to/movies Merica. And what that is that's the website that holds all the links to everything I do. Okay. So the links to my past Movies Merica episodes, links to brand new Movies Merica episodes. So this is a good place to save as a favorite, so that on Sunday, like say this Sunday, for example, if you want a quick way to join the show this Sunday afternoon, well, hey, you've already got solo.to/movies Merica saved as a favorite. So you just got to go there and click on the link for this Sunday's episode, or next Thursday's Movies Merica spoiler warning episode, solo.to/movies Merica. Okay. It's also got the links to my Letterboxd page, my X account, my Rumble account, Criticless, Facebook, all that stuff. Everything that has my name, it has my nomenclature, Movies Merica, tied to it, is at solo.to/movies Merica. All right. Yeah, I'm seeing Spazzo Yeti and the Gray Man. They are just raking in the gold pills over there. Good for you. Good for you. As Christian Bale would say, good for you. All right, this next one is moviesmerica.com. And the reason you want to go there is if you want to check out, that's one location you can check out the audio-only versions of my spoiler-free reviews that I do on Sunday, okay? And now I don't know why you'd want to check out the audio-only versions, but you can check out the audio and video versions of the episodes on YouTube and Rumble and Pilled, okay? why just listen when you can watch? But sometimes, you just want to listen. So moviesmerica.com is one of those locations. Also, you can go to Apple Podcast, Google Podcast. You can go to Spotify, iHeartRadio, anywhere you would imagine has podcasts. Movies Merica, I'm out there on all those locations as well. And if you check me out on like Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts, feel free to give me a 5-star rating there, and then also hit the follow button out there if you check me out there, so that you get the new Movies Merica podcast episodes downloaded automatically right there. And there we go. Yeah, Van says, or the Gray Man says, Van, send us to Flip City. They're live. Use the raid when you are done right there. I might just do that. We might try that right there. I'll see if I could do that without falling for the banana in the tailpipe right there. If I could avoid slipping on the old banana peel there. So I've been looking for somebody to do that. Like during this show, I've been like looking for somebody where I could do a raid with them, with everybody over here and whatnot. But I just haven't nailed that down. So the Gray Man, you've helped me out. I appreciate that. So I'll see if I can make that happen here. All right, the next one is this is all about where I'm at on social media. So I'm on X and Instagram. I'm on Gab. I'm on Facebook. I'm on all those locations there under the handle of @MoviesMerica. Okay, Movies Merica there. And I'm also on, Facebook, Pilled. I'm on there. So yeah, just basically go to those platforms and look up Movies Merica on all those platforms. Now, you might see a Movies Merica out there, like multiple accounts. My Movies Merica account is apparently the one that has all the videos on it, okay? You might see some other Movies Merica accounts that have absolutely nothing or very little on it. That's not my account. My account has a shitload of episodes and videos and all that stuff on there, so check me out there. And if you follow me on those platforms, okay, and you let me know on X, like, so if you go into my DMs, my direct messages on X, and just let me know, hey, Van, I followed you on Gab. I followed you on X. I followed you on this platform and that kind of thing. I will follow you back, my friend. I will follow you back. I promise. All right. I swear on my mother's grave. Well, my mother's not dead, but you get what I'm going with that right there. Okay. So there you go. I will do that for you. Okay. The next one is tdpn.locals.com. And I'm not going to mention that for too long because I talked about that a little earlier. But again, that's our Till Death Podcast Network website with all kinds of great content. So tdpn.locals.com. Check that out. And if you go there right now, put in promo code TDPN and get 1 free month right there. There you go. And then our next one is our link for our merch store. That is down in the description, the Till Death Podcast Network merch store. And you can get your hands on like a Movies Merica t-shirt, Movies Merica phone case, Movies Merica shot glasses, you name it. I'm sure it's got Movies Merica emblazoned right on it there, okay? And hey, you know what? Before you know it, Labor Day is right around the corner. I mean, come on, what better gift-giving holiday than Labor Day? Yeah. Well, hey, Christmas is coming up here, a few months. Kwanzaa, Festivus, gift-giving season is nigh. So, yeah, make sure, tell your loved ones that you love them in the most ultimate way by getting them some Movies Merica merch at the merch store link in the description right there. Do it, yes. And then we got at Till Death Network, solo.to/Till Death Pod Network. And that's where you would go if you want to have a one-stop shop for all links that have to do with anything that has to do with the Till Death Podcast Network, including this show. Okay. This show is on the Till Death Podcast Network. Sipping with Sean, Whiskey Capitalist Podcast, some other shows I'm about to mention are all on the Till Death Podcast Network. And so if you save this as a favorite, then that's a great one-stop shop place to go for anything Till Death Podcast Network related. So check that out. The next one is solo.to/Till Death Studios. And the reason you'd want to go there is if you're like me and you're a content creator on YouTube and Rumble or wherever you create your content, and you want to enhance your content with cool stuff like those intros that you saw earlier in the show, the outro that you're about to see on the show, or the overlay up at the very top. If you want cool stuff like that to give your show, your content some flair, office space style, then yeah, go to solo.to/Tilda Studios, and my man Ian will hook you up with his skills that pay the bills. Okay, but you got to take the first step and go to solo.to/Tilda Studios. The next one is solo.to/I'm Sean Cav, and that's where you can see all the links that have to do with Sean, who's also here on the Till Death Podcast Network, and he has his own show called Sipping with Sean that comes out every other Friday afternoon, or it might be every Friday afternoon right now. And I believe he does like an X space every Friday afternoon. So, but if you want to link or know how to get into that, solo.to/I'm Sean Cav, that's where you can go right there. So check that out. Save that as a favorite. Next, solo.to/The Whiskey Capitalist. And that's where you can go for all the links that have to do that wild and wacky Whiskey Capitalist show that comes on every Monday and Wednesday nights, and also every other Tuesday right there. So check that out there. And I see we have Zero or Die Loser in the live chat on the pilled side right there. And you are getting a red pill, good sir or ma'am, right there. I don't assume your gender, sex, whatever we're calling it now. And yeah, he's peening us. He's peening us right there. So yeah, welcome, Zero or Die Loser. A salute, a snappy salute to you, Zero or Die Loser. Thanks for joining the show, and hopefully you join the show again as well. All right, I'm here every Thursday night, and I'm here every Sunday afternoon. There, absolutely. All right, next one is solo.to. As a beer burp here, solo.to/Till Death Podcast. And that's where you would go if you want to see all the links that have to do with the flagship show that started it all on the Till Death Podcast Network, the show called Till Death Podcast. And that is with my man Ian and his lovely bride Jen. And they do their show every other Saturday afternoon. And it's their show about the latest and greatest headlines, the hot, sizzling topics of the day. They have funny videos on there, and they just lend their husband and wife commentary to it all. Okay, their commentary is marinated in their marital mirth. Okay, and you can check that out every other Saturday. And I'm betting if you save solo.to/Till Death Podcast as a favorite in your browser, that's going to be a very easy way to get access to those brand new episodes and then their past episodes as well. Right there. So hey, you know what? Should we try this? Should we try to do the raid on the Flip City right there? We'll try this here. We'll try this real quick. We're gonna take them by surprise here, so they're gonna have no idea. They have no idea what's coming if I can actually make this happen here. So let's do this. So let's get them up here, and we'll get that going on here. Kind of helps to get into Pilled, right? Get into Flip City, and we'll get Flip City Mag. Right there. Gonna mute them. All right, check that out. Gonna bring them out. Okay, they're starting here. All right, there we go. So let's do this. So anybody on my side in the Pilled live chat, yeah, get into the Flip City show on Pilled. Get in their live chat. Looks like the gray man is already over there. He's on top of it. So let me share that screen, and we are gonna see if we can make this bad boy happen. Oh, now I gotta figure out which Pilled it is. Is that it right there? Let's do this. There you go. There you go. Very good. Very good. I had a panic moment there for a second, but let's do this. All right. I'm going to add that to the stage. All right. There we go. Let's see if we can. So everybody get on the yeah. So we got the Flip City Mag. What up? Right there, and I am going to get into their chats. Let's do this. I'm going to comment there. All right, let's get their volume on here a little bit.
Practice Friday. You are at the Creative Chaos Stream, a stream that is dedicated to putting a spotlight on fascinating people creating fantastic things outside the mainstream. And I've got a great guest for you tonight. But first, I'd like to thank Sound Scientist, aka Paranoid American, for being the opening house band tonight. I'm kind of obsessed with the Bigfoot song. I think I probably at this point listened to it about 40 times. So thank you so much, Thomas, for making that awesome music with a little help from AI. And then I just wanted to say, what is up, chat? I've got somebody in Rumble. Jim Bone, you're supposed to be on YouTube with us. Move over to YouTube if you like, or stay on Rumble and be lonely in the chat, unless, of course, our somewhat regular over on Rumble comes over, Aaron Moriarty. And then over on Pilled, we've got TGM checking in. And I think for the first time I'm seeing this username on Pilled is Zero or Die Loser. Zero or Die Loser. If I said that wrong, which I probably did, I apologize. And Movies Merica checking in, one of our affiliates that pushes Flip City Magazine over on their channel. What's up, guy? And looks like our guest tonight checked in over on YouTube along with the Devastator, Gladys, Aspire. Thank you for making me say Aspire. And our friends Madness Comic Network checking in, which, by the way, I think it's on Saturday, this show is reposted on the Madness Comic Network as a rerun for anybody that likes creative chaos and wants to view it again. Go check it out over on Madness Comic Network. And then I also see Joe King Lee. After that music, I'm joining Scientology. That's the way to do it. I think one of the musicians' jokes is they are a sponsor of this show. So, yeah, Scientology sponsors Creative Chaos. Just kidding. It's Flip City Magazine, the most wonderful magazine in the entire world. It's kind of like Mad Magazine. I think it's been described as Mad Magazine on crack. This is our latest cover, volume 21, and we bill it as the most incendiary issue yet, and it's very fire themed. And we encourage you, don't burn yourself, burn this magazine. And what we're doing tonight is I dug way back into our archives of promos, and I found this one that makes me laugh from 2020, promoting our second edition. And let's take a look at it. It's silly.
All right, so yeah, I think that that's enough time for Flip City and Raid
Flip City
over there. So, but yeah, we're gonna check that out. We're gonna mute that here, and there we go.
Crazy.
Yep, and we're gonna say goodbye to Flip City. So I'm gonna say bye. There we go. Bye. Man, you guys are seeing what a terrible typist I'm. Bye. All right, see if we can throw a little sticker in here. Do that. All right, let's get patriotic. See here, little sticker. Oh, there we go. Sticker source. There we go. American flag. There we go. Oh, there we go. That's even better right there. Let's do that. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing that right there. All right, let's do it. Bye. Okay, so hey, appreciate that. Thanks for that suggestion. They're the Gray Man in raiding Flip City. Apparently, they're just getting started. And yeah, look what we got there. What do we got? We got somebody else showing up here. There's Scotty. Hey, Scotty. How you doing? Well, welcome to the show here, and good to see you there on the Rumble side as well. And Lindy Rigg is I'm Sean Cav. Bye. Well, that was a while back, so. But yeah, sorry, Scotty, I missed your chat here with the eyeballs. Checking it out here. There we go. We'll put that up there. He's checking us out. He's got those eyes, the eyes of Scotty. All right. So, hey, as we wrap this up here again, check me out on all the platforms, X, Rumble, as my eyes start getting all dry here because I got this light that's right up in my eyes right there. And again, if you follow me, I will follow you back there, everybody. But yeah, join me this Sunday afternoon for Movies Merica Live. All right. You'll see the links to that show coming up here on Sunday. All right. But as I always say, get out there, people. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves. See ya.
Don't leave yet. Hey, you know what? The night is still so young. You know, you didn't get that babysitter for nothing. Come on. It's like only like whatever o'clock, okay? Stay here. And hey, while you're here, subscribe to this channel and like the video if you would, all right? It'd be great, okay? Absolutely. So, and if you do, drinks are on me, all right? Hey, you know what? And while I'm in the asking mood, feel free to watch these videos over here and like them, all right? So, okay, let's do it. Yeah, party time. See ya.